So, and every entrepreneur have the capacity to operate in two realms, the entrepreneur's experience. So we have the capacity to operate in two realms and successfully excel in these two realms. So we have our outlines, about five of them, five outlines. Number one is called the context for the concept. For the concept. Number two outline, we look at the dual nature of the universe. The dual nature of the universe. Okay. Number three, we look at the dual nature of entrepreneur's experience. The dual nature of an entrepreneur experience. Okay. Okay, number four, we looked at our role model. That's where we stopped last week. So we have to continue today, our role models. And then the last one, the dual nature of experience. Okay, the kings and priests. Okay, kings and priests. Okay, so I will have to do a little bit of revision for those that were not in our first class, second. So today is the third class. So we told us that God actually sent us as a sheep in the midst of wolves. So we're entrepreneur in the world of criticism, in the world of people that are sabotaging, not trustworthy. So he sent us as sheep in the midst of wolves. So he gave us two strategy. He told us to be wise as serpents. So he told us for us to be wise as serpents, of course, and be gentle and harmless as dove. So you see, it's a strategy that for you to successfully succeed in this life, you must apply the two strategy Christ told them. Because if you put sheep in front of wolves, you are putting meal normally to them. So, but there are two things that will make sheep succeed in the midst of wolf. As an entrepreneur, your experience will be very challenging because you're going to create products, improve it to brand, and you're going to be in the marketplace dealing with people that will never like whatever you do. Even if you sell long life and prosperity, they will never like it. They will never buy it from you. Whether you're selling clothes, shoes, akara, cement, blocks, building materials, whatever you're selling, not everybody will patronize, not everybody will buy your services, and nobody will accept you. So the only way to succeed is to apply these two strategies, because we are going to operate in two realms, of course, the physical realm and the spiritual realm, or the spiritual realm and the physical realm. So for it to successfully succeed in these two realms, there is a mindset you need to have, because naturally sheep are defenseless animal, and the safety and the security of sheep relies on the character and the strength of the integrity of the shepherd. So it must also rely on the character and the integrity of God. And then we discussed last week, all these things was part of the context for the concept. As last week, we told us that serpents operate on earth and doves operate in heaven, sky. So this is a way you're supposed to be thinking. You're supposed to physically or mentally operate in the world before you operate in the physical world. And that way you're supposed to operate is called the imagination. The imagination. And we discussed this last week, and we say it simply means an image nation. Image and image nation. It means a picture nation. So there's a nation that we are supposed to operate before we operate on the physical world. So if you succeed creating a mental image in your mind, and you mentally arrange the thought of sequential events. So you mentally, of course, arrangement of thought. So there are some thoughts you're supposed to arrange in sequential arrangement of events, sequential arrangement of events that will happen, arrangement of events for a predetermined outcome. So the events will happen for a predetermined outcome. So, and there's an outcome we want to experience in our life, and that outcomes, we are supposed to mentally arrange the events that will give us the desired outcome. So human being is the only being that talks to himself. He's the only creature that talks to himself. So yes, you can talk to yourself. And the way you talk to yourself is more important, because the way you talk to yourself is exactly the same way other people talk to you. So you always talk to yourself like reducing yourself. I'm nothing. I'm not good for anything. We poor masses. Nobody's helping me. That's exactly how people will treat you. People will treat you the way you think and feel about yourself. So the moment you start talking to yourself not as a champion, not as a winner, not as an entrepreneur. Definitely you felt in your imagination, because your words of your mouth confirm the picture in your mind. Of course, because at least there are three stages of creation: the picture in your mind, the words of your mouth, and the actions you take. So every entrepreneur, every successful champion succeed in the place of mind. So succeed in the way you're supposed to live, because everything is transferred to you. Live in the spiritual, that is the imagination, before you live in the physical. And of course, the physical actually give expression of what is happening in the imagination. So we discussed and so much and said that we are actually the light of the world. So the world is full of darkness. So we are sent here as light, deliberately, intentionally, to fulfill God's purpose in life. And even last week, we told us that the solution to darkness is not shouting, it's not jumping up and down, it's not fighting. The solution to darkness is light. I gave an example that if we are in the night now and the place is dark, and all I need to do is to locate a switch and just on it, the darkness cannot comprehend it. But if it's dark, it's not me to put all the light. I start fighting, die by fire, light, no go work. Darkness, get out in Jesus' name, no go work. Darkness does not respond to shouting. Darkness responds to light. In as much as we discussed last week that we are the salt of the earth, that salt is used for preservation, the salt is used to give seasoning, salt is flavoring, disinfecting. So we are supposed to, that our essence in our family, in our business, in a community, anywhere we find ourselves, shall never be lost. And the only way it can never be lost is because you are thinking of making a difference, of making impact, of contributing to improve lives and property. If you're not thinking, wealth never exceeds personal development. Light can never shine beyond the way you're thinking. So we discussed so many things about the context for the concept. And last week, we also discussed that in the marketplace, in the mission field, in the boardroom, in the battlefield, you are supposed to actually manifest, of course, your light. You're supposed to shine your light. And then you can never shine a light because when you have not received quality of information, quality of knowledge, because the quality of education you acquire determines the quality of your life. The quality of information you expose your mind to determines how your life will illuminate it. So we also went ahead to talk about the dual nature of the universe. And we mentioned something about the universe because we said that the heavens gives meanings to the physical, and the physical gives expression to the heaven. Material success without spiritual meaning is dead. So God actually created the heavens and the earth, and God actually understood the dual nature of the universe, that for the earth to actually be material world, and he has to bring in this. If he created man in Genesis 1 verse 27 and came to Genesis 2 verse 7 and formed man. So God created man in Genesis 1:27, and God formed man out of the dust of the earth in Genesis 2 verse 7. So the day he created man, then from there he formed man. So what he did was that he actually created man spiritual. Creation is spiritual in the mind, and actually came to Genesis 2 and formed man and breathed into man the breath of life, and man became a living soul. So what happened is this: if you can succeed, because God is telling you how he operates and how you should operate. Of course, we've been telling us, for those that join us for the first time today, that when God came, God actually created three things. The first thing God created, of course, was the creation. God created the creation. He said, let there be light, let there be this, let there be light, let there be firmament. And then God created the creatures. So how did God create the creatures? He said, let the earth bring forth its kind, let the water bring forth its kind. Of course, and number three, God created the creator. Tell me the creator. He said, let us create man in our image and likeness. Tell me likeness. And we said that the image of God is natural, and the likeness of God comes through teachings, training, mentoring, and all of that. So for you to act like God as a creator, you must understand how you were created. Tell neighbor, I'm a creator. No, now that one is begging for the church card. Touch yourself. Say, I'm a success. You can do better than that. Touch yourself. Say, I'm a millionaire. So we also went to talk about the entrepreneur's experience. Okay, the dual nature of an entrepreneur's experience. That every entrepreneur must understand objectives and subjectives. So we used a practical example. It said the subjective experience describe what happens on the external, and that is the objective experience determine what happened on the external world, while the subjective experience describe what happened in the inner world. So the problem is not the contributing factors happening around you. The challenge is the determining factors happening inside of your heart. Because if you fail at the seat of your imagination, you're surely going to fail in the physical. Poverty is lack of money is a manifestation of the internal world. If you are poor in the mind, you're going to appear in the physical, because we live in the world of cause and effect. Whatever happens on the outside is a manifestation of what is happening on the inside. So you want to become wealthy, successful, happy, industrious person, you must be thinking about it. You must believe it, up to the point that you confess it. It's not a one-time event. It's not something that happens in just an event. Please, Mr. Fantastic, I need to change of battery or something. Abaipa, please look for Fantastic for me. Tell him to fix this for me. Please, thank you. So, what happened on the subjectives manifests in the objectives. So we stopped somewhere last week. We went, and the last statement we made was that it is very easy to attach meaning to the objective experience, okay, that disempower, discourage, and disable us. Because if you don't attach meaning to your subjective experience, it will not empower you to succeed physically. So we stopped at number 4. So we are going to do these 2 outlines today, and then we call it a day, so that by tomorrow we go to something very important for our spirit, for our life, as an entrepreneur, as a business person, as an investor. So let's start from here. Our role model. Our role model. So let's start from there. So our role model. Let me tell Deborah something to get to the something. Okay, you want to check here? Okay. So our role model. So we have something very important here. Have you written our role model? Yes. Okay, write it on your notes. The marketplace role model operates in 2 realms. The marketplace role model operates in 2 realms. The marketplace role model operates in 2 realms. Number 1, 2 names. 2 names. I will explain. Number 2, two names, bracket open, identity. Identity. 2 names, bracket open, identity. Number 2, culture. 2 culture. The marketplace role model operates in 2 realms. The marketplace role model operates in 2 realms. Number 1, 2 names, bracket open, identity. Number 2, culture. Number 3, 2 languages. 2 languages. And number 4, 2 roles. Don't worry, I'm going to explain. So the marketplace experience, the marketplace role model operates in 2 realms. Number 1, 2 names. Number 2, culture. Number 3, 2 languages. And number 4, 2 roles. So I will use the case example of some Bible characters that will help us understand today's training, because you have to understand that there was a time that the children of Israel were on captivity. So Nebuchadnezzar sent an Enoch, who was a specialist to identify talent, giftings, people that are teachable, coachable, that can learn very fast. So he identified these 4 Hebrew men, the Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, and Daniel. So they were selected to prepare them to serve kings as a consultant to the king, to become governors, to be part of the royal family. So, of course, they answer 2 names. They have 2 cultures, because they have the Hebrew culture. They have to learn the language of the Chaldeans, the Babylonians. They have to learn their language. They have to learn their culture. They have to have 2 identity and 2 roles. So, and finally, Daniel became the king of all the witchcrafts, even though he was part of the chosen. So you can see that medicals, legal profession, engineering profession have their languages. Carpenters have their languages. Tailors have their languages. Bankers have their languages. So in every profession, you must learn the language of that profession. So, and then that doesn't mean that you not learn your own, you not have your own language you communicate. But when you go to on the boardroom, you speak the language of that profession. But that will give a platform in the seat of greatness, in the circle of influence. So it is no need to say, I am a Christian entrepreneur. So you want to learn the language of your profession. So God plants us in the spirit as a spiritual son and daughter in the secular world, so that we can learn the professional language of our industry. So you not just go there and then you when opportunity comes, you're not able to stand up for yourself. So the 2 roles determines the 2 roles that you are supposed to operate is that one is the job, one is the work. It happens to everybody that we are looking at as role model. Okay, let's write it down. A job is what you are paid to do, and it's created by man. A job is what you are paid to do, and it's created by man. A job is what you are paid to do, and it's created by man. A job is what you are paid to do, and it's created by man. A work is what you are created, made, formed to do, and it's created by God. A job is what you are paid to do. A work is what you are created to do. So a job is what you are paid to do, and it's created by man. Men create jobs. A work is what you are created, formed, of course, made to do, and is created by God. God gave us work, Man give us job. Job is what you are paid to do, and it's created by man. All jobs, all the jobs you see in this life, man create them. All the jobs. Why? Work is what you are created from and made to do, and it's created by God. So God give us work. We don't have lack of work. We have lack of jobs. So job is the problem, not work. Everybody have a work to perform on earth. So you can see, job is what you are paid to do, and it's created by man. Work is what you are created from and made to do, and it's created by God. So one of the best way, all of them have work and job. The three Hebrew men were paid to become a consultant, but their work was to secure favor for the children of Israel that were in captive. Esther was paid to become a ceremonial queen, but her work was to intercept the plot of the genocide committed that was about to be committed to the Jewish people. Joseph was paid to become a consultant to Pharaoh to stop famine or to encourage, to see them to survive the famine and strife after famine. But he was created and made to relocate the children of Israel to a place where they can grow to become a nation. So you can see, you cannot truly discover your work until you are faithful enough in what you are being paid to do. So you may only discover, one of the ways to discover what you are created to do is to do what you are paid to do with all your heart, with all your might, with all your strength. Whatever your hand finds to do it very well. So all of them has two roles. All are role models. Joseph, Esther, name them. They have two roles. Most of them were paid to do something, and they also created to do something. So until you are faithful to do that which you are committed to do, so much that they are doing it unto God, not unto paycheck. That because I tell you, don't work for money, because money is a bad master and a loyal servant. Tell your neighbor, money is a bad master and a loyal servant. Tell your neighbor, money must serve me because I'm the boss. Not just again say I'm a success. Say I'm a millionaire. I've been telling you that the singer like song that money is a reward for solving a problem. Let me tell you, money is a reward for solving a problem, for making impact, for being significant. So you don't wake up and say, I want money. That's the wrong thing. You wake up and say, I want to solve a problem, I want to make impact, I want to make contributions, I want to add value. That's how you make money. So money is simply a slave of value. So you don't wake up and say, I want to make money. So everybody you see that Bible actually used, of course, many great men, they actually were committed to doing something to improve lives and property, that they become, that they committed, the purpose in that begin to unveil. And because the purpose is to create, connect, and contribute. So you are a creator, you must create. So as an entrepreneur, you cannot create when you don't know how to use your imagination. If you don't know, people sit down and use their imagination to worry, and they depressed is worried about what happened in the past. But anxiety is worried about what happened in the future, what will happen in the future. So don't get yourself depressed. Don't get yourself anxious. Live in the present. Even if you want to think about the future, if you want to think about the past, just think about the lessons. Audit it and find the lessons and move on. If you want to think about the future, think about the favorable outcomes that will get you excited. And that is why, if you're always comparing yourself with your friends, you are likely going to be anxious. Oh, my friend has bought iPhone 16 Pro Max. This one, now only me remain. That will work you up. So I say depression is worrying about what happened in the past. Anxiety is worrying about what will happen in the future. Have you understand the difference between the two of them now? Depression is what? Worrying about what has happened in the past. Anxiety is worrying about what happened where? In the future. So you don't need to get yourself in that position. Because when you are anxious, you will make mistakes. When you're anxious, you will not be able to sit down carefully and creatively create the future you want. See, intention is more important. See, there's no need to move fast in the wrong direction. Tell your neighbor, there is no need to move fast in the wrong direction. Come back. There is no need. Because speed is useless without direction. Direction is useless without destination. So there's no need to start to wake up in the day and you jump into the activities of the day without no direction of where you're going to. So what happened? You must sit down in the night before you go to bed. Get your pen and paper. Write down how you want your tomorrow to be. Okay, if you cannot sit down and plan your 24 hours, you cannot plan 3 years. You cannot plan 5 years. You cannot plan 10 years. You cannot plan 20 years. And remember, he that failed to plan to fail. You are supposed to live in two realms. A realm whereby you sit to craftfully design your life, and the realm you form your life. Just like God sit down to create man and form man. Every entrepreneur get ideas because we sit down to begin to think deeply about the product or service you want to bring to the marketplace. And that seat of imagination is where you create. You always create in your mind. You create in your mind, you produce physically. Every product you see that is physically produced was once an idea in the man of entrepreneur. This marker was once an idea. This mic was once an idea. This white marker board, this cloth, this laptop, this phone, everything was once an idea. It was man's thought. But men were able to bring the invisible to the visible world. They transport ideas to material world because they sit down to create a mental picture of how their life will want to be. And that was why they believe it so much that they confess it. And this thing doesn't depend on whether you go to school or not. It's not about a certificate. It's about certificate. Tell us certificate. Talk to me now. Tell us certificate. Tell your neighbor. He that has brain, sense is expected. I don't sing out like song. So I make you get sense. The thing is that people carry brain. Hard way. Tell no hard way. No software. No software. And the only way to get a better software is to get your brain updated. Just make sure you sit around where information is being given, quality information, energy generated. That's when you can get your mind updated. Read books, study about great men. Books, when you read, you are studying with it. You are reading the mind of entrepreneur. That is one of the best ways because great men document their processes. Because whatever you document, you can modify, you can improve. Whatever you cannot document overwhelms you. You can never see a book written 10 steps to become poor. Poor men don't write books. Poor men, they don't read books. Have you ever seen a book written by a poor man before? 20 steps to become poor. You don't need to be poor. Poverty will just follow. But now I'm telling you this morning, poverty is not your birthright. Tell your neighbor, poverty is not your birthright. Poverty no get virtue. Nothing good about poverty. There's nothing good about poverty. One of my friends, one of my leader, Mr. Wilson, said that even a madman is afraid of poverty. That's why he went around packing load. You see mad people, they have load a lot. You know them, go to where the mad person stays, you see a lot of load because he like Mongoli, he like to see plenty things around him. So you can imagine that. So today I'm here to let you know that God has not just sent you here to come. You have to look at the role model. Daniel has 2 roles, Joseph has 2 roles, Esther has 2 roles, and so many others has 2 roles. They were actually paid to do something, and they were created and made to do something. So right now, you're on earth. You might be doing something, you're getting reward. Fine and good, but you're also created to become a light to somebody, to improve a person's life, a nation's life. You are a solution to someone. You are a solution to a nation. Tell your neighbor, I'm a solution to a nation. Tell them, I'm a solution to someone. So why not begin to think of how to solve someone's problem? You know the challenge we are having. Most of us think myself and I. I, myself, and I. I don't know how to say that. Me, myself, and I. So you are not thinking of how to solve problem. How do you want people to give you money? Because for you to create value must meet what someone else needs. Because value is anything, product or services that is useful to someone else other than you. Tell your neighbor. Value is anything, product or services that is useful to someone else other than you. Tell them again, neighbor, until what you know is useful to someone else other than you. What you know is useless. So I want to go to the last outline for today, which simply says kings and what? Priests. So you are supposed to exist as a king that dominates on earth and as a priest that dominates in heavenly while you're on earth. Because you're supposed to be in charge, both the spiritual realm and the physical realm. Because we live, man is in 3 realms. Man sits on 3 realms. Man has a body that is moving, you can touch the man. Man has the soulish realm where you can think where nobody can see his imagination. Man has the spirit realm whereby as you move, divinity, 3 realms is moving at the same time. So if people don't understand who they are, if you know who you are, they cannot be struggling. Like, let me tell them, if you know who you are, you find out that whatever happens to you, you attract it. You attract everything around your life. So if you don't like what you're attracting, there's no need to go about those things. No. Change your energy, change your concept, change your perception, change the quality of information you receive. You will change the quality of people around you. Those negative, they will leave. The determining factor is you. Say me. So I will give you, I'm not a pastor, I don't want to become one. I'm your business mentor, your entrepreneur mentor, but I will give you 2 things to read. And they're very important so that it will help me. But before you read that one, write it on your note. Write on your note like this, very important. We are all kings and priests. We are all kings and priests that represent, we are all kings and priests that represent position, forms, comma, and level of authority. We are all kings and priests that represents position, comma, forms, and level of authority. We are all kings and priests that represents position, comma, form, and level of authority. Number one, a king's authority is in material and territorial world or realm. I say we are all kings and priests that represents position, comma, forms, and level of authority. Full stop. So we represent position, form, and level of authority. I'm giving you the authority right now. Number one, the king, the king authority is material and territorial. The king's authority is material and territorial. Brackets open earth, earthly realm. Let's put it like that. The king's authority is material and territorial. The king's authority is material and territorial. Brackets open earthly realm. So, yeah, that is how it works. Why the priest authority is spiritual, heavenly realm. The priest authority is spiritual and heavenly realm. So if you don't understand this, you still running around looking for pastors, looking for babalawo to give your energy to. Whatever happens to you, you are the one that give energy to that thing to make it happen to you. If you don't give your energy, nothing will happen to you. Before even Christ gives some, he said, let it be unto thy faith. That means it is you that put in the energy. If I meet this pastor, I meet this doctor, we hold. You are the one that give the energy to that thing that work for you. If you don't believe, it will not work for you. If you don't give your energy, it will not work for you. So energy we receive is the energy we give. Actually, there is no other energy than the one we receive. That's why the subconscious mind is the power to heal, but the process is faith. So if you don't give your energy something, it doesn't work. So we are also to operate in material and the heavenly realm. That means your authority on earth depends on your spiritual authority, how you're able to use your mind to generate the energy. Because once you wake up in the morning, you generate two energy, either positive or what? Negative. So whatever you want in life depends on you. That's why I don't like anything that makes that doesn't make you to be happy. I don't want anything that costs your peace of mind. Because once something costs your peace of mind, that thing is too expensive. That thing that attack your peace of mind is too expensive. So anything that costs your peace of mind is too expensive. Don't buy it. Because if your mind is not peaceful, you cannot generate positive energy. You will generate hatred, bitterness, anger, resentment, and you cannot creatively bring out a positive thought, a positive idea into reality. It's always negative, negative, negative. Tell your neighbor, whatever costs your peace of mind is too expensive. Don't buy it. So we are kings. Our king's authority is material and what? Territorial. While the priest authority is what? Spiritual and what? Heavenly. Thank you so much. Did you are learning? Okay, let me just give you two scriptures. I'm not a pastor, but I read my Bible for myself. I love to read Bible. Don't mind me. I have my concordance, Sometimes I go to the Hebrew to look at the real mind of the author. I have time, don't worry, I have time to study, but I don't have time to flip the floor. I don't have time to cook, but I have time to study, right? So Revelation, I love this Revelation 1:5-6. I think the 6 says that he has made us kings and priests unto God, and his Father, to him the glory and dominion forever and ever. So we are kings and priests. I want to give another one. 1 Peter 2:9, popular one. 1 Peter 2:9. 1 Peter 2:9. As an entrepreneur, he made us understand that we have chosen race, a royal priesthood, royal, of course, physically priesthood, heavenly or spiritually, a holy nation, a people for his own possession, that we may proclaim the excellency of him who called us out of darkness into the kingdom of his marvelous light. That means we are called out of darkness. Now understand, when the Spirit of the Lord was hovering on the water and it was dark and the face of the air was deep, and he said, let there be what? Light. He called for light out of darkness. That means we're not just entrepreneurs in the marketplace. We're entrepreneurs in the marketplace to make a difference. I'm here to make a difference. Tell me, I am here to make an impact. Since the day I made up my mind that I will live a life, I will live an impactful life. I don't live a life that adds value to God. My life becomes so peaceful, peace that surpasses all understanding. I don't want to think about myself anymore. I don't want to think about how can I improve someone else's life? How can I help somebody make 1 million? How can I help someone make 20 million, 50 million, 100 million? Yesterday, I was chatting with my younger brother at Enugu. He was telling me, oh, bros, we need to make 100 million. I told him, no, that wasn't the plan. You've forgotten the plan. The plan is 200 million. He was like, wow, I can show you my chat. He forgot the plan. The plan was not 100 million. The plan was 200 million. And the guy is so excited. I began to give him strategy. They're not strategy. I told you, there's nothing that is too, there's no boundaries to what you can dream. Dream, you don't pay money to dream. Do you pay money to dream? No. You don't pay money. So if you must dream, dream big. Tell me, if I must dream. If I must dream. I must dream big. I must dream big. So the only challenge is that once you put a deadline on the dream, by this time next year, by this time next month, in the next 6 months, 3 months, once you put a deadline on your dreams, it becomes a goal. Tell no goal. And every goal comes with a price. Now you have to put in your time. Last week I was teaching about financial resources and non-financial resources. I mentioned 3 things that gives you financial, that is your financial resource. Number 1, I mentioned your self-worth. Tell us self-worth. You get cash from your self-worth, your skills and competence. They can deliver a job excellently well. You'll be given cash. Number 2, financial resources, I call assets. Tell us assets. Assets give you cash flow. And number 3, financial resource, I call credibility. They're not credibility. A documentation of result that gives you and make you credit worthy. And I went out to mention non-financial resources, which I'm going now. We mentioned about 4 non-financial resources. The first one was time. They're not time. Once you put a deadline on your dreams, once you make it a goal, you must sacrifice time. Of course, time to make it work, time to put the process, time to do the work. Number 2 things you must sacrifice, non-financial resources, is I mentioned knowledge. Tell me knowledge. You have to learn the knowledge that will make it a reality, because not all possibilities are probable. And number 3 things I mentioned there was what? Courage. Tell me courage. Because the world does not pay you for the knowledge you acquire, the world pays for the knowledge you apply. So acquiring knowledge, sometimes you don't have the courage to apply it, because courage is acting in spite of fear. And the last one, which was the most important factor, non-financial factor, is people. Tell me people. Because money is not in a place, money is in people. And the people you must surround yourself must have 2 things. You must be a support. The first thing you must have is willingness. You know, willingness. Second thing you must have is what? Capacity. Thank you so much. You're in my class, so you learn so much. So becoming a king and a priest at the same time will help you to work in the 2 realms as an entrepreneur, and it gives the experience you truly desire as an entrepreneur, because that will make you not to be afraid when challenges come. Challenges must come. Life must happen. Rain must fall. Storm. See, when the rain comes, storms come. That you now know now whether you are actually passing through the process of being an entrepreneur, because the discipline you sustain results is formed in the process. Tell anyone, neighbor. The discipline to sustain results and outcomes is formed in the process. Tell neighbor, without process, you can never sustain results. Tell neighbor, without process, you cannot sustain outcomes. Tell without process, you cannot be transformed. You will be reformed. True transformation occurs in the process. But you know what most people do? They don't like process. They like shortcut. Okay? Shortcut will cut your life short. Your life will never be cut short. Say amen. Amen. So we need to face many things. We are going to face many things as an entrepreneur, both the physical, material, and financial challenges. So we need to be strong, because we are kings in the physical realm and, of course, priests in the spiritual realm. Write it down your note. We will face so many challenges. We will face so many challenges as an entrepreneur, both material, territorial, financial, and spiritual. We will face many challenges as an entrepreneur. We face many challenges as an entrepreneur, both material, territorial, financial, and spiritual. We will face many things as an entrepreneur. It's normal. It's normal. Not that I don't want to, I'm just trying to quote. No, it's a normal thing. You will face so many things as an entrepreneur, both material, territorial, financial, and spiritual. So, but never forget that you're a king in the physical realm and a priest in the spiritual realm. So, because most of the problems, the challenges you're facing, have rooted source from the spiritual realm, empowered from the spiritual realm, stronghold of imagination. So, I say we face many challenges as an entrepreneur: material, spiritual, territorial, and financial. If you are with me, shall I? Okay, but never forget, you are a king in the physical realm and you're a priest in the spiritual realm. Full stop. Let's put it there. So I'll give you something to write. So, because it's okay. So, I already know that one of the things that will help you to succeed faster as an entrepreneur is that what will make you not to quit faster as an entrepreneur. Okay, come on, there's a wonderful space for you here. One of the things that will make you succeed faster as an entrepreneur, not to quit as an entrepreneur, is the understanding that you're a king and a priest. And these two people operate in words, tenor words. Wherever the word of the king is, there is power. So when you understand that your power to conquer and succeed in life is in your spoken words, you will never speak negative words about yourself. In fact, even help me tell your neighbor this morning. Tell your neighbor, never you say anything negative about yourself. You don't want to become true. Because once you say it, my brother, it will come true. See, by the words of your mouth, you shall be justified. By the words of your mouth, you shall be condemned. Poor people are poor mostly because of the words they speak. They speak so negative. You sit in front of a poor man, he complains from beginning to the end. After complaining, he justifies. After he blame. That's the problem. You sit in front of a wealthy man, we don't define our circumstances by what is happening to us. We define our circumstances based on who we are, identity. So we can be passing through challenges, but our words are powerful, seasoned with salt. You'll be wondering, how come you are passing through pains, but your words are still positive, defined? Because we know that every problem has an expiring date. Tell them, every problem has an expiring date. We know it's not going to be forever. We know one day we'll come out of this. When the night is dark, light commences in the morning. So the truth of the matter is that a poor man doesn't see beyond his nose. So he defines himself based on what he has. Nobody's helping me. Nobody. So he defines himself based on what is happening around him. I don't have money. I don't have this. And the more you say those negative things, the more it happens to you. If you say I'm lying to you, take a challenge. Put it 90 days, 3-month challenge. How many days? 90 days challenge, 3 months. These 3 months, first and foremost, you don't just wake up and do randomly. No. Success is not a random act. Success is consistent. So define yourself. Wake up, write just 10 positive affirmation. I am a success, I'm a winner, I'm healthy, I'm strong. Don't write the things you don't want. Don't say I don't want poverty. No. Leave poverty alone. I don't want sickness. I don't want lack. No. Leave those negative things alone. Don't even say I will be successful. No. Write it in present tense. I am a success. I'm a millionaire. I'm a creative. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm making impact. Write 10 things. Repeat it to yourself every day. But the morning, afternoon, night. Repeat. If I do it 3 times, do it 4 times, do it 1,000 times. Just keep saying this. See, your life will start to change. Number one thing you notice that negative will begin to live your life. Because if the day a negative will live your life, that's the day you start having your peace. The more negative will be in your life, the more chaotic, problematic, wahala, challenges you will face. So the solution is to take negative out. And the only way to take negative out is to change the words of your mouth. Negative people, see, how did they put them? Say poverty. Poverty likes friends. How did they poetry? That is misery like company. Write it. No, make it not forget again. That is the thing I'm looking for. Misery likes company. Write it down. Misery likes company. Misery likes company. They like company, my brother. They like company. They like themselves. We poor masses. Misery likes company. They don't like. But misery loves company. They love it. That is what I can see. There are some people now, if they come to you and complain how the economy is at, and you don't join them, they will leave. But if you join them, you become their friends. And oh my God, misery loves company. Write it down your notes. So, as I round up my class today, write on your note, very important as one day class. Material success without spiritual meaning is vanity. Material success without spiritual meaning is vanity. Material success without spiritual meaning. What I mean spiritual meaning, right? Bracket open, vision, purpose, assignment, calling, mission. Material success without spiritual meaning is vanity. Bracket open, those spiritual meaning. I mean your purpose, your vision, your mission, your assignment, your calling. These are, if you achieve something material that don't fulfill your purpose, your calling, you cannot have fulfillment now. Fulfillment comes because the material success give meaning to your purpose, give meaning to your calling, give meaning to your. I said material success without spiritual meaning is vanity. Bracket open, vision, purpose, assignment, calling. Material success without spiritual meaning is vanity. Bracket open, purpose, mission, calling. Write it down. Bracket closes. Another one, write it down your notes. Spiritual success without material expression is meaningless and empty. Spiritual success without material expression is meaningless and empty. Spiritual success without material expression. Write it down. Write it down. See, when you the write thing, the weakest ink is stronger than the strongest memory. And when you are writing, okay, your hand is involved, your head is involved, everything. But say spiritual success without material expression is meaningless and empty. Bracket open, frustration. Bracket close. You are speaking in tongues. You don't get food for house. Okay, hunger go why are you? Hunger, better hunger. They go slap you, woto, back to back. Left, right, center, blue, black, your brain, your worst thing. Before you speak in tongues, chop, chop, chop. Get food, keep, because that's in that energy. Before you go all night, cook for house, chop. Make sure something there to chop, and you cannot have money to chop when you know create value in the marketplace. You know means to make you see, material success you do okay, spiritual success, but create balance. I say spiritual success without material expression is meaningless and empty. So, just like body without spirit is dead. Just like body without spirit is dead. So, subject is our subject in objectives in reality. So, I want to make you understand that you cannot be telling me you are spiritually sound and you're physically nothing to show. No, there must be a way of manifesting our spiritual authority, blessings, and in the physical. And once you do that, I don't care whether you are in the pulpit, in the marketplace, that are producing products or services. Once you can transport things from the spiritual world to the physical world, the reward for doing that thing is money. Men will give you money. That is, once you can bring an idea from the spiritual to the physical, the reward for men, because men respond to value with money. So once you cannot tell me you are valuable and you don't have money. In fact, your true value is the state of your bank account. Check your bank account. If you don't have money, okay, my brother, you don't get value. If you have money, the more money you have, the more value become. Because people like to justify. I don't like to complain and drag things. Just let's begin to look at the result of your life. So if you check it very well, deep down you are more than where you find yourself. But you don't understand how the physical never reciprocate or match with the way you think. It's because of your imagination, because of who you are on the inside. So it doesn't really matter what you say. It matters the picture you have about yourself. That's very important. Now touch yourself again. Say, I'm a success. Touch yourself. Say, I'm a millionaire. That's who you are. No matter the circumstances you find yourself, no matter the situation you find yourself, that thing was not meant to kill you, was to make you stronger. What doesn't kill you, make you stronger. And remember, without pressure, diamond will not be diamond. Diamond is only diamond because it's pressure. Then not pressure. Pressure makes you understand who you are. In fact, the Bible scripture says something that if your strength fell in the days of adversity, that means you are a weak person. That you're supposed to be strong. Tell me again, I'm strong. So I always tell you this, because round up with this, that hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. Weak men create hard times. Don't be weak in life. Weak means that you must be mentally strong. Weak means that you must be thinking about your life. Think about the value and the product you create. Weak means that you are already on the path of your purpose in life. Weak means that you are not going to be distracted. You are going to be focused. Then not focus. That is the best we can take today. So by tomorrow, we start a new topic, because you must be empowered to make the difference in this world. You must be empowered to add the value to people around you. You must be empowered to bring your thoughts, from your thoughts into ideas, and ideas into physical products you can see, imagine. So, and number 3, I want to make you understand that all of you watching me from everywhere in the world, whether in US, in Dubai, Nigeria, Lagos, Abuja, anywhere you are, I want to really appreciate to have a professional advice for you. Don't get involved in a business without a mentor. You know why? Mentorship is the legal shortcut to success. He that stands at the shore of mentors will see far. See you at the top. See you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful month, and have a blessed time. Bye-bye for now. So, shalom. So thank you so